I hated going back to school. I hated the old Don Turner's truck coming to pick me up, to take me back, because my mum and dad didn't have a car. And both my mum and dad didn't know how to drive. So I used to wait for the mail truck, and then mum would jump on the mail truck, come to pick us up, then go back out on the station. Eating my bush food, cooking, gathering food. I don't know whether you can see these gums. They have this little white, sweet little, like a snowflake sort of thing. I don't know what you call it, or white thing. That's thing. Well, we call it malbano. I learned to call it malbano. Or there, and plus, because that's why English is not too good for me. My language, I'm pretty fast with my Banjima language and Injibandi. That's my grandfather's language, Injibandi, and my grandfather speaks Injibandi, so I'm just fluent with that. The old people is resting in peace now. See, I'm getting emotional. They taught me things, how to live off the bush, how to dig a soak, how you can walk around and track a goanna, how you can tell when it's a fresh track, what seasons to think, and what birds are related to you, what birds you're not allowed to touch. Tell me, like, come here, go go. Well, they always call me Marada. Go go, Marada. The little pebble of a little water like that, just very small though. See, you dig here with we call it the bulrushes. A lot of bulrushes, and it can be dry, but you see a little drop, might be a little dewdrops. They call it the tulla. It's like an eye, pupil of your eye, and they'll tell you dig there. And you get a stick sharp. They sharpen a stick. And you dig it first, and you dig it with the hand, and we call that yorama. So for me to go and dig that soak, they say, "Gogai marara, nangonyenda yorama yoralda." See, you can dig a soak here. This is a good spot to dig a soak. See, when you get all those knowledge, and you know those old people have been teach you that, it's in the back of my head, not reading and writing. So I'm a little bit strange, I guess. That's my bush life in the station. And even I went to school in Onslow, going back on holidays and listening to my old people telling me in the language. I learned faster than I did learning to read and write. My schooling days, I really hated it. I hated it. When I got sent to Derby, I was always homesick. And I was always bitter about this native welfare. The thing is, because Mum, that was a year I had to sleep in old Ginger Parker and his wife, Dora Hardy, she looked after me. Well, Mum got on the Royal Flying Doctor plane. And my dad, old Dad Jojo told me, "Well, you got to go stop with Container now until the twins come." And I thought I was going to stop with my nana. So I got happy and they packed the case for me. And this old Ruth Rooney come. She was a sort of child welfare, I think, or child. She was sort of looking after a lot of, because she looked after a lot of kids, like Gladys Walker, Marshall Smith, and all them too. She looked after a lot of kids, and I thought, I'm going to stop with my nana for a while. Little did I know I was going to the school, so I set up in this Whitaker's house at the school. I'm going to stop with my nana, waiting for my mum to come with the twins. But then it was the hostel opened then, so they put me straight into the hostel then. Mum had to, and I think I felt no good because Mum had to really smack me with a stick to put me in the hostel. And I don't know why she done it, because maybe she was frightened, because I've got a bit of colour in me too, because a lot of kids with a bit of colour in them, they get sent away for good. But it wasn't really dark. I was a little bit huffed because I used to cry every time I got put back in the hostel. But if Mum didn't turn up like everybody else's and everybody else is gone and I'd be the last one, me, Mary James and us, Elaine James and us, Ashburn Downs kids, we'd be the last one and Mum come. And when Mum come, she picked the whole lot of us, all Don Turner's truck. Yeah, and we sit in there eating supper and feeling sorry for ourselves, like we got to spend another holiday in the hostel. I was always feeling sorry for myself. There was one kid that always was homesick wherever I went. I found out I lost a lot. Because it's nothing. Now, these days generation is very hard for me. I had the freedom and what food to eat and when the seasons to go hunting for the people, when you're not allowed to kill a turkey, when you're not allowed to kill an emu, when you're got to let them breed or what sort of season. The knowledge them old people gave me, that's gone. And you can't bring it back because it's, and with Rio Tinto saying you can't make a fire, you can't go here and that, it's private property. Well, where is what we got? I mean, we got nothing now. We don't have that freedom. I wouldn't change it, but I'd like to give my grannies and them experience of that knowledge what I picked up. But you can't do it here in town. I can't teach them how to go and dig a goanna or how to dig a soak because they can just turn the tap on. That's different. I like to teach. If I had that again, I would love to go back and teach them what my old people teach me. To give the younger generation the knowledge what I had, what I was given. If I could turn back the page.